All right, so here I have a quadratic. It's in standard form, so it's ready to go. I've done the first step. So remember we said when we first started, step 0 was get it in the standard form, which is everybody equal to 0. So now I can start solving it. We're going to use the quadratic equation to do this. Now we've talked about the quadratic equation a little bit off to the side. I'm going to write it down here at the top of the page so we have it. X is equal to negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac, all of it, divided by 2a. Now, the thing with the quadratic formula, it always works. It's big, it's heavy, it's clunky. I'll show you how to use it here. So the downside is there's a lot of arithmetic. The upside, you don't have to factor. You don't have to think about that. You don't have to complete the square. You just take the numbers, drop them in, shake, and out falls answers.
So no factoring?
No factoring.
So it's like a calculator.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
In fact, I will admit, some calculators do have it as a program pre-installed. But the catch is...
Do you know Casa Grande?
Talk about it later.
Oh, okay.
The catch is, you have to know what A, B, and C are.
Oh yeah, how do you do that?
Well, let's look up here at the original equation. Remember, standard form, gentlemen, thanks, ax squared plus bx plus c is 0. That's standard form. So when I look at my equation, what's a?
X squared.
What's the number on the x squared? 1.
Oh.
What's the number on b?
2.
Negative 2. And c?
Negative 3.
Negative 3. Watch your signs. Now this one happens to have a lot of negatives. That's good and bad. The good news with all the negatives is that it's exposure to a fairly challenging problem. The downside is we got to watch signs while we solve it. Now all we got to do to get the answer is just plug everybody into the formula. So x is going to be negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared, so negative 2 squared, minus 4ac, all of that divided by 2a. All I gotta do now is solve it. But rather, not even solve it, simplify. I'm going to go slow, step by step. I usually like to, when I do these, I go through one pass. I do one calculation in each kind of area. So what's a negative times a negative? Positive. So that becomes a 2 plus or minus square root. Negative 2 squared is positive 4. Negative 4 times 1. Negative 4 times negative 3? 12. All of that divided by 2 times 1, which is 2. Now, one thing I will say here. I did a lot of things as I did that. I did negative times negative. I did negative 2 squared. Then I did, I just used green, orange. I did negative 4 times 1 times a negative 3.
It's not too bad.
And then I did, yeah, well, you guys probably won't need to go back later and actually write this in yourself. But I'm doing this now so you guys can track what we did at each step. And that's where I got that too. Most of the mistakes that happen when we do the quadratic formula on a problem happen right here in this first pass.
Yeah, that's why I got lost.
Because people make mistakes. Did you find yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's go ahead and we'll do one more cleanup. 2 plus or minus the square root of 16 over 2. All right. Let's keep going. Wait, okay. Stop. Sit up. Write this down.
Oh, so it's so easy.
Now
So you
let's
just have
see.
to memorize the.
Yeah, if you memorize the quadratic formula, it's not that bad. Dude, don't do that.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. Ah, I'll show you where you divide by 2. Hang on. Hold the thought. Guys, are you okay getting to here?
I don't even know what you just did.
Okay.
Too much work for that problem.
Remember, the first step, you're just taking those numbers.
Yeah, I'm up to,
Okay.
I have it set up to where all the numbers are like
Okay.
the 4 and 1.
Guys?
and jump rows.
Yeah, and then each of these arrows shows how I got the number on this level. So negative times negative is positive. Negative 2 squared is 4. Negative 4, 1, negative 3 is 12.
I haven't set up finished. I just
Okay. Let's go ahead and finish it up, and we'll go back and look at step by step again. What's the square root of 4?
2.
Or sorry, square root of 16. 4. So now I've got this. Now comes the last part, and this is where people tend to fall off a little bit. I'm going to split this into my 2 cases, the plus and the minus case.
Oh my god.
So we're going to split into the 2 possibles, the plus and the minus. So this is going to be 2 plus 4 divided by 2, and this is going to be 2 minus 4 divided by 2.
Wait, where are we at?
We just did square root of 16
Yeah.
is 4.
Oh, yeah.
And now I'm saying because it's plus or minus 4, I have to split the plus case and the minus case. And this is also where students tend to make their mistakes, is they either do one or the other, or they rush it. The one thing I want to say with this, folks, this cannot be done in the margin of a worksheet. You need to dedicate about 1/8 of a page to the work so that you don't lose track of where you are with the numbers. The good news is as you get better at it, you'll get a little bit more efficient, and you can do a little bit of streamlining. But it still has to get done.